and a high percentage of like predominantly female professors as well. And their whole thing is social justice. It's like when it lists their objectives as far as education, like social justice is number one. It's number one. It's like the thing that they emphasize the most.
Well, what's it going to be? Architecture? I mean,
education?
Sure, I guess, but I think universities are there to promulgate an ideology.
Right,
nowadays.
but they literally framed it as social justice, and that term today is so fraught with peril.
Oh yeah, it's the enemy.
Yeah, it's such a goofy term, like social justice. Like it's such a blanket term. It's so all encompassing, and you hear it and you start thinking about people banging on Tucker Carlson's door and saying, "We know where you sleep." That's what I hear. I mean,
oh yeah, no, and it here's, like I was just talking about just a couple of minutes ago. It means 90% of people have agreed. The 10% who don't agree need to be shut down because we're talking about social justice.
Yes.
So there's no such thing as individual justice because that's subordinate.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know. I mean, what percentage of people would agree with banging on a guy's house, like knocking on his door and saying, "We know where you sleep"? I mean, this is a form of mental terrorism. Like you're threatening him, you're scaring him.
I don't think most people are capable of empathy, by which they mean they can't put themselves in Tucker's shoes. So all they see is someone I hate had something bad happen to him. Good. And they don't understand, like when these Republicans are saying that it's okay to torture terrorists, right?
Right.
And the point I make is there's people right now. Michael Ian Black will tell you, tweet out every day, the NRA is a terrorist organization. So what happens when the government defines you as a terrorist?
Right.
And then you're going to say, well, it never happened to me? That's not how it works.
Right.
That's the fear. So if you're going to have principles, you have to apply them to people that you hate.
Right.
And Tucker Carlson is hardly some Nazi.
Right. No, I mean, Tucker Carlson is, if you think that he has ideas that are questionable, the solution is to present better ideas and to debate him and to go back and forth with him. But Tucker Carlson's not leading some hate mob. He's not the centerpiece in Charlottesville calling for the extermination of the Jews, or he's not that radical.
No.
He's just a right-wing guy.
Well, what critical theory allows them to do is to say, well, you can read between the lines and ascribe intent to the person, right? So if you read a book, you can say, oh, this is racist because X, Y, and Z reason. So they can easily say, well, when he says A, B, and C, he means X, Y, and Z. So these are all dog whistles, and you can impugn whatever motives you want onto a person, and at that point, you could do whatever you want. And the thing is, he's a dad. Yeah. So not only do you have to be comfortable with fucking with Tucker Carlson's house, you got to be comfortable with scaring his kids.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the history of totalitarianism shows us they're more than happy to sacrifice the kids to get their goal.
It's just really disturbing to me because I think these idealistic kids who are doing this, they're mostly young people, have a fundamental lack of understanding when it comes to what violence is and what causes violence.
And this is intentional.
And how close that scene was to violence.
Yes.
Because you do that to the wrong guy's door, he's going to come out with a baseball bat or a gun, and he's going to kill some people or smash some people.
Right.
I mean, it absolutely can happen. It's not likely to happen with a guy like Tucker Carlson, but what if they decide to go after the wrong general? Or what if they decide to go after anything can happen in these situations. And also, those people are all going to get outed. Once those people are outed, the outrage that they're going to experience is going to be unhandleable. I mean, it's going to be unmanageable. The amount of people that are furious at that group of 20 or what? How many people was it?
I don't even know. It was plenty.
I'm angry. I mean, I'm not going to do anything, but I'm angry. I think it was disgusting. If I'm angry, how many really loosely held people that are just like really barely keeping it together already?
But here's the scary. It's not those 20 that are going to get the consequences. It's going to be people who think like them who haven't done what they did. And now it's going to be like, oh, you agree with this? Then I'm going to do it to you.
I think it's going to be them too, though.
Well, it's going to be both, yeah.
I think those people don't understand. Like, people are going to find their names. They're going to find where they live. And there's going to be people that have nothing to do with this. Not Tucker Carlson, and it's not them. And these people are going to seek them out. And it's going to get ugly. You can't just bang on people's doors like that and scare them.
Right.
Because people get furious, especially when there's not enough evidence. This is not a bad guy. Tucker Carlson is not some evil demon. You know, like if you looked at who he is and what he said, if you pulled out the worst shit that he said and taken it in comparison to the woman that we were talking about from MSNBC that's still in the air.
Right. Joanne Reed.
Who lied about
Right.
her blog being hacked.
And Twitter.
Lied.
Yeah.
Just to try to cover up for the fact that she said some blatantly homophobic things in the past.
And called in the FBI.
Yeah, which is fucking insane. That should be a federal crime. You're removing resources
Right.
from people that are already on very serious cases, that are already trying to solve real crimes, save people's lives, save people's safety. And you're deciding that your job at MSNBC is more important than that, and she isn't even fired.